Good morning, student. In the previous period of SST, we have completed the fifth one lesson, that is the plateau and the desert region. And we saw its exercise also. So today we are going to continue with this lesson, the passage of time. Before that, here is activity given. Make a list of Indian historical monuments you have visited or heard about. It means we have to write the name of the historical monuments if we have visited in the vacation. For example, if anyone have seen Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, Red Fort, Gateway of India, India Gate, etc. Buland Darwaza. So, you have to write the names over there. And suppose if you know who built these monuments, then also you will write the name in front of that monument. Okay, now we'll go towards the lesson. The history of India. The branch of social studies that deals with the past events is called history. Understood, children? What is meant by history? History is a branch of social studies which deals with past events. Past events means which had already done. The history of India goes back thousands of years. Our history has been divided into three periods: the ancient period, the medieval period, and the modern period. Yes, children, so our history means the history of India is thousands of years back. So that history is divided into three parts, that is the ancient period, medieval and modern period. So today we are going to see the ancient period. Now we'll see how was the life in the ancient period and how the people were living and what are the things they were doing, that we'll see now. According to the historians, historian means the people who are expert at the study of the history. Just like how we are saying the scientist, mathematician, like that historians. So according to historian, around 2500 BCE, an advanced civilization existed near the Indus River. So around 2500 BCE, an advanced civilization existed near the Indus River. It stretched from northwestern India to present-day Pakistan. See, it was the Indus Valley or Harappan civilization. It was named so because Harappa was the first city of the civilization to be discovered by historians. See, children, the Harappa is the first city of civilization which is discovered by the historians near the Indus River. Another important city from the civilization is Mohenjo-daro. So, and another city is Mohenjo-daro, that is Harappa and Mohenjo-daro civilization. The civilization had well-planned cities and buildings like the Great Bath in Mohenjo-daro and the granary in Harappa. Granary means it is a place where we can store the grains or the food. So, see here the Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro and the ruins of the Harappa. Indo-Aryans came to India from Central Asia around 1500 BCE. They settled in North India after driving away the people living there. The Aryans grew crops and domesticated animals. They performed sacrifices and open-air ceremonies. This age is also called the Vedic age, as Vedas were written during this period. Many small kingdoms of this period called Janapadas were later defeated by the rulers of Magad, the largest kingdom of that period. See, children, so after then the Indo-Aryans came to India around 1500 BCE and they settled in North India. Then they started to grow crops and domesticated the animals. So this age is also called the Vedic age. Why it is called the Vedic age? Because Vedas were written during this period. And many small kingdoms of this period called Janapadas were later defeated by the rulers of Magad. And who was Magad? Magad was the largest kingdom of that period. After that, Alexander, who was the powerful ruler of Macedonia, Greece attacked India in 326 BCE. So he defeated King Porus of Punjab but was very impressed with the king's bravery. It means, children, though that Alexander defeated the King Porus of Punjab, but Alexander was very impressed with the Porus' bravery, that king's bravery. After that, Chandragupta Maurya became the ruler of the Magad in 321 BCE and founded the Maurya Empire. So, after that, the Chandragupta Maurya became the ruler of the Magad and he founded the Maurya Empire. Years later, his grandson Ashoka became the emperor. So, after many years, his grandson Ashoka, he became the emperor. After the war against the kingdom of Kalinga, the young emperor became very upset with the violence, killing and wounding of people. He then decided not to fight any more wars and embraced Buddhism. He helped spread Buddhism in India and other countries in Asia. So once they had a war against the kingdom of Kalinga, the young emperor Ashoka became very upset because of this violence, killing the people and all these things. And he took a decision that not to fight any more wars and embraced Buddhism. He started to spread the Buddhism in India, even in other countries of Asia also. Then the Gupta dynasty had powerful rulers who ruled over India in 4th and 5th centuries CE. Under the Guptas, many developments were made in the field of science, astronomy, mathematics and art. So this period is also called the Golden Age of ancient India. So children, in this way, our ancient period was there. So in the next period, we'll continue with the medieval period. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.